Hey guys, former WWE Superstar Hornswoggle here, and you are watching TheMan Games. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button, follow this channel, like this video, and let us know in the comments below. See, this is why WWE didn't let me talk. I'm not very good at it. But let us know in the comments below if you're loving all of this great content and what you want to see next. Take care.
Hello and welcome to TheMan Games. This is our podcast show, is The Man
and The Wife
Podcast. So today we are reviewing last night's AEW Revolution PPV. Jay had a really quirky voice at the beginning of the pay-per-view. I don't know if you realise, it was a bit distracting, I did think.
No, I didn't notice, but
towards the end, the later part of the pay-per-view, it seemed to have gone. I don't know if he was like pretending to be sick and then forgot about it halfway through, maybe.
Why would he pretend to be sick?
It was a joke.
Oh, right.
You know, like when you're a kid and you're like, like 10 to 9,
maybe.
And then by like 11:30 you're fine.
I don't know, maybe he was waking up still or something.
Maybe. So the first match on the show, not including the pre-show,
which we didn't watch.
Which we didn't watch, yeah. But
did we do a prediction for the pre-show?
We did, yeah.
What did we predict? What was the pre-show match?
It was Britt Baker and Reba, or Rebel, whatever you want to call her, against Thunder Rosa and Riho, and Britt Baker's team won.
I'm guessing that's mine.
That was a point for you in the predictions, yes. So she did win in the predictions. It's the first time you've won like solely, like without a draw or a loss, obviously.
Okay, so what's the it's a 2-2 then?
It's 2-2, yeah.
Time to pull this back.
You did win 7-5.
I dominated.
So you won on the pre-show match and the mirror match. That's where you got your points.
Okay.
Yeah. So the first match was the Young Bucks against Jericho and MJF. I did think this match would open the pay-per-view, to be honest. Just with one reason why I did think this match would start off, because obviously Jericho was the main event of last year's Revolution as AEW champion. I thought, seeing as now he's where he is, thought he'd probably want to open the show because he's not closing the show.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm not saying like obviously he had any say in it, but I could see like him thinking that.
Yeah.
I
know what you mean. Good match though.
It went a lot longer than I felt like watching the match. It flew by. It went 17 minutes and 50 seconds, and it didn't feel like it at all.
Yeah.
Whereas maybe some of the other matches did drag a little bit. I did feel like this match was a very, very quick paced match. So some of the spots in the match, Jericho and MJF, they do like a double suplex, and they do that to the crowd.
Yes, I got that. I'm just trying to find it in my notes. So they like hold him up. They hold Matt Jackson up for a while, don't they?
Yeah.
And he's like, and then they're like, that's the crowd, which is really funny. But then later on, this is actually quite later on, so I'm gonna have to go back and forth now. That's gonna be really awkward, isn't it?
No, you go for it.
Okay.
You go for it.
So let me find it.
I didn't realise it was on like page 7 of notes. Right.
My bad. Yeah. So Nick Jackson gets a corkscrew kick to Jericho, and then a rising knee strike to MJF in the corner. He then gets like MJF in a headlock, and he like puts his finger up at Jericho and like takes them both down. I'm not sure what he does to take them down. It looks like some sort of like double DDT or something. I'm not really sure, but I could probably chuckle at that when I was watching it. Yeah, fun story. Sorry.
Yeah. Wardlow, he interferes in the match and sends, I think it was Matt Jackson to the floor. He like hit the floor hard. Nick Jackson, he hit like an X Factor over the apron. Then he goes back to the apron, does a moonsault onto Jericho. Then he does a Canadian stroke onto MJF back into the ring.
Yeah,
it was only a 2 count, but I thought it was a really good sequence of moves.
Young Bucks go for a double team onto Jericho, but MJF like grabs Nick's leg. So and then Jericho counters the move into a tombstone. That was good. Then Nick Jackson just sort of like, I think he does like a springboard flippy thing. I'm not quite sure what it was, but he misses anyway. And then Jericho gets him into the Lion Tamer.
Yeah. Yeah, and then sorry, you used that was when Nick Jackson did it. Sorry. Because then Matt he gets like the blind tag, and then but Jericho just gets him in the Lion Tamer as well. Or Walls of Jericho, whichever version of the move you want to call it. And then, like, I didn't really like this, but MJF just starts telling, like, Nick Jackson to suck it, but he does it for, like, a long time.
Like,
it seemed like too long.
Yeah, a bit, like, taunting. So then the Young Bucks, I'm not sure which one of the Young Bucks. I get them very confused very easily. So if the commentators don't say which one it is that's doing it, I don't know who it is. I know that one of them wears a headband, but then I forgot to take note of, like, they need to have, like, Matt written on his headband or Nick, just for my benefit.
Okay.
Anyway, so one of the Young Bucks gets him up ready for the double team. What's it called?
The Meltzer drive,
yeah. But Chris Jericho kicks Nick Jackson, counters it into, like, I think a code breaker.
Yeah, code breaker.
Is that what they call it in AEW as well? I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
And MJF rolls Matt Jackson up for a very, very close 2 count, and I probably popped on that.
Yeah, there was points I did think they were going to lose, actually,
Yeah.
So then Nikki hits like a crossbody to Jericho in the ring while Matt hits one on MJF on the outside of the ring. Jericho goes for a line salt, but the Young Bucks, they both get a super kick in at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
They hit multiple super kicks onto MJF. Meltzer drive on Jericho for the win.
Yeah. Do you know, I was watching this and I was thinking, I really like the Young Bucks. Why did they not make my top 10?
Well,
I feel like... So we did a podcast. When did we do it?
Maybe 10 days ago.
10 days ago. Ready to pick, like, our top 10 wrestlers or tag teams. And
so if you did miss it, make sure you go back and check it out.
Go back and check it out. Spoiler, Young Bucks isn't on there, but I wish they were now. I'm trying to think who I'd bump off then.
Well, surely number 10 would have got bumped off.
I suppose, yeah. That would make sense, wouldn't it?
Yeah. To some, maybe it would, yeah. Like I said before, that match went 17 minutes and 50 seconds. So I think most people think, like, AEW fans are quite AEW biased. So I kind of feel like people think AEW fans are a bit AEW biased. Now, I'm going to be, like, a bit negative about this show in certain bits.
Okay.
Just because I thought there was a lot of interference in a lot of matches, and I did kind of feel like they just tried to get everyone on the show. They should try and more, like, make people earn their way onto the show, in my opinion.
Okay.
It's like in this Casino Battle Royal, Casino Battle Royal, sorry. There's just so many teams in there, and I kind of feel like you didn't really need as many teams as there was.
Okay. Because
this match went like 27 minutes nearly.
Right.
If you'd only maybe done like your top 6 or 7 teams. So the second match was the Casino Battle Royal. So it is like a Royal Rumble, but with like tag teams. So every 90 seconds a new tag team comes, and the winner will get a future tag team title shot. So number 5 and 10 from the Dark Order were the first team out, and then it was Nightmare Family of Dustin and QT Marshall. 90 seconds later, Proud and Powerful, they come out, Santana and Ortiz. QT, he hits a diamond cutter onto 5 of the Dark Order, eliminating him. The next team was Matt and Mike Sydal. They're in next. Stu Grayson, Evil Luna, they're the next team in. Proud and Powerful, they eliminate Mike Sydal. To be honest, this match was really hard to take notes, kind of like moves and things, just because there's just such like a lot going on. Proud and Powerful, they eliminate Matt Sydal. Did I just say that? Sorry.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, sorry. So the next team out was the Gun Club, so Billy Gunn's kids, Pretty Peter and Censor Bernardy or something he was called, I think. I've never even heard of him. Must be something from Dark. They were the next team in. I think Matt gets eliminated while all this was going on, but you know, it was kind of hard to watch, take notes, you know.
Yeah.
Varsity Blondes were the next team in. Peter gets eliminated by the Gun Club. QT eliminates the Gun Club and Peter's partner, can't remember his proper name. And then Dustin comes over and he's like, because obviously the Gun Club are meant to be part of the Nightmare family. I mean, I don't know why. Like, they just seem to invite anyone into the family, really. I mean, it might be a storyline on Dark that we don't watch, really, but... he's telling Dustin's telling QT off, and QT just eliminates himself.
Yep.
And also, there was... I can't remember who the guy was, but he had a match with Cody on a few episodes of Dynamite ago, and he won the match, and he thanked everyone in the Nightmare family apart from QT Marshall, as he was like stood there.
Yeah.
So I kind of did feel like that was like planting the seeds of like a heel turn for QT Marshall. The next team out, it was the Bear Bludgers, or Boulders, I think they're called. Never seen them before either. They eliminate Stu Grayson. Next out, it was Jurassic Express. Jungle Boy eliminates Ortiz. So Jurassic Express, they kind of like run wild, like they eliminate like Santana, Eva Luna, and quite a few more. Butcher and the Blade, now they're in. They eliminate. The Butcher, he eliminates Pillman out of the Varsity Blondes. Then Ali, she somehow eliminates Dustin Rhodes. I didn't actually catch like how she eliminated him, but I don't know if it was like a distraction and she pulled him out of the ring maybe. Private Party now came in, so I don't know if these were meant to be. I don't know if Private Party was meant to be like the team that wasn't announced. I don't remember seeing them being announced.
Yeah. There wasn't like a big surprise, was there?
I didn't feel it was a big surprise, no. Because I thought, like, my prediction was that the Good Brothers were going to win this match. And then SCU came out. The Butcher eliminates the Bear Boulders. That's what I think it's because
they are.
Yeah. And then the Death Triangle, they're in. And then the last team, it was John Silver and Alex Reynolds of the Dark Order. So SCU, they get eliminated by the Butcher. Jungle Boy eliminates Reynolds. Pac eliminates Kaz. So now we're just down to Death Triangle, John Silver and Jungle Boy. John Silver gets eliminated now, so it's down to Death Triangle and just Jungle Boy. So both, there's both Pac and Rey Fenix.
Against just Jungle Boy.
Yeah.
So 2-on-1. Sorry.
Yeah. Pac gets eliminated by Jungle Boy, so then obviously it's down to just Rey Fenix and Jungle Boy. Rey Fenix, he jumps off at the top rope, but Jungle Boy hits him with a super kick, which was real good. Then he throws Rey Fenix into the ropes, but he does that like thing where he like swings off the ropes back, and then he eliminates Jungle Boy for the win.
So my prediction?
So that was your prediction, yeah. And to be honest, when you predicted they were going to win, I was a bit like, don't know, because a more of a faction, not a team. I didn't see them winning, like personally. I mean, I know you could say that about the Jurassic Express as well. Sorry.
What was the word? You were.
I was wrong. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You're looking down on her, thinking she doesn't know what she's talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, probably was. Yeah. So next there was a backstage segment with Paul White saying that no one can outperform this signee they've got here tonight.
Did you know when they said that? Were you like...
Well, I kind of did think, because, like, Christian is... Spoilers, it was Christian. He's just, like, such a good natural athlete. Like, he just is so good. Like, I don't want to, like, go into too much detail of it now. We'll wait till we get to that part. I just can't believe that WWE let him slip through the fingers.
It just doesn't make any sense. Like, bring him back at the Royal Rumble and then be like, well, actually...
I honestly...
Especially with Edge being back. It's not like...
Oh, yeah. Exactly, yeah. Like, one of my predictions on the 2K20 content was Edge and Christian to face Jay and Roman at Fastlane.
Yeah.
I thought, like, how good would that have been? And I think Jimmy Uso is nearly, like, cleared as well.
Yeah.
So Edge and Christian against the Usos.
How long does... Sorry, I'm interrupted. It's a quick question. How long is Edge's contract?
I would have thought 3 years. I would have thought.
But that sounded...
Edge won't go anywhere other than WWE.
Oh, really? You don't think
No.
Ah, okay.
But saying that, I didn't never thought Paul White would move from WWE.
You just don't know anymore,
You just don't know.
You just don't know anymore.
I did think he was someone to be...
WWE through and through.
Through and through. But then I thought Jericho would be as well, so what do I know? So then we did see DDP in the crowd at ringside, and then a bit further back was Al Snow.
Wow.
But I think Al Snow, he did have a face mask on, but DDP didn't.
Well, maybe he's exempt.
Well.
Did he have his some
But I think the ones round ringside, they've all had COVID tests on arrival anyway. That's why they don't have to wear one.
Right, okay.
I think because Al was maybe in the crowd further back.
So maybe they've not had COVID tests.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, that could be it.
That could be it, yeah.
It's hard to know what like rules and regulations are, isn't it? Like, I know in the UK we've got like this roadmap, haven't we? It's trying to follow what different things happen at different times. It's very confusing.
Yeah. So the next match was the only women's match on the pay-per-view. It was for obviously not including the pre-show, sorry. It was for the AEW Women's Championship. It was Hikaru Shida against, let me pronounce her name right, Ryo Mizunami, I think.
Mizunami.
Mizunami, yeah.
which I personally got a lot of notes for this match because I just didn't care, which is awful because today is International Women's Day. Didn't know if you know that.
I thought it was yesterday.
No, it's today.
Oh, sorry.
And it's like celebrating International Women's Day, and it's don't even care about the women's match. Do you know what I mean?
Well, they did have a full tournament to have this woman win.
I know, but did you care about this match? How many notes have you got down?
I have a few.
But did you care about this match?
No, because I thought Shida was just going to win anyway.
Yeah, do you see what I mean? Like,
yeah. And so she gets powerbombed into the crowd onto like a load of obviously people in the crowd. Yeah, well done.
Into the crowd where there are people.
Yeah.
In the crowd.
Yeah. So that was like
that sounds like me trying to do one of my essays and like trying to get to the workout.
So yeah, that was a good spot. She hits a nice missile drop kick. Also she hits like a dead eye, like what Hangman Page does, but on the entrance ramp. She hits a nice Falcon Arrow as well. Then she hits the second one. Knee to the face, and Shida wins.
That's it, really.
Yeah, this match went 15 minutes and 10 seconds. There was more to this match. It was just wasn't very invested. That was all really.
Yeah, I can't believe it went 15 minutes. Like that's just wow.
And then at the end, sorry.
I was gonna say at the end, Nyla Rose.
You can go.
Oh, thank you. Nyla Rose comes down at the end and attacks. How do you pronounce the name?
Oh, so you take over and then
Hikaru Shida.
Hikaru Shida.
And the other girl who was in the match, which we don't know the name of. What's the name again?
Ryo
Mitsunami.
Yeah.
Mitsunami. So anyway, she attacks both of them, and then Britt Baker and Rebel come down with their little sidekick.
Yeah, don't ask me what this goes.
No, don't know her name. And they attack the two women as well. And then finally, Thunder Rosa comes down and saves them.
Yeah, it just scares them off.
Yeah.
This pay-per-view was very interference heavy, I do think. Obviously, we have Waller interfering in the first match. We have these guys. I mean, it wasn't in the match, but coming down, it's just like I said before about trying to get everyone on the card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't feel there was a need for it. Just no. Sorry. But yeah, I do agree. I think isn't there interference in almost every match?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah, like...
So the next match it is Mira and Kip Sabian against Chuck and Orange Cassidy. Chuck Taylor, that is, sorry. So they're having like a backstage interview and Mira attacks and Kip Sabian attacks the guys. Mira sends Chuck's head through like the glass panel of a door, busting him open.
Lots of glass things happening on this.
But like, maybe I missed something. But like, why did they dragged him to the ring, and it took Orange Cassidy quite a while to.
They must have checked. I missed as well.
A beat down. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe
he's just too lazy.
Well,
that's his gimmick. Maybe he was on the floor and thought, do you know what? I am not getting back up.
Maybe. I do think Miro, like, he looks so good. Like, his fitness and everything is just so much better than obviously his early days in WWE.
Yeah. Always improving.
Yeah, I thought Kip Sabian's new look as well, his new gear, his new hairstyle, or colouring, whatever you want to call it, he looked really good as well.
So Kip Sabian with a shotgun drop kick to Chuck Taylor, that was really good.
Yeah, also, sorry, just before we actually got into the match, Miro was like talking trash, got a microphone saying, come on Charles, you can just quit now, and he was like, no, ring the bell. So then the match started. Yeah. So there's a nice two-pair suicide dive. So that must have been was it? I've just done what you've done. I've skipped too far ahead of my notes.
I'm rubbing off on you now.
Because Cassidy makes it like he
goes. Cassidy comes down, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So he like staggers down, doesn't he? As if he's like, I like that I have to do the stagger.
Yeah.
He like staggers down, doesn't he? But then he starts running and throws like a massive orange punch to Miro on the outside of the ring.
Yeah.
So it's like he's faking it almost, isn't it?
Yeah. Then he does the two-pair cedar dive. On Sabian.
Orange Cassidy gets a dive. No, that's what that is.
Said twice.
I read diving DDT. Is that not the right thing?
Oh no, that's another spot.
Thank you. Okay, so then Orange Cassidy gets a diving DDT to save him for a 2 count, very close 2 count as well.
Here's a pile driver. Miro runs in and he punches Chuck Taylor in the face, really stiff-headed thing. Cassidy hits a Stun Dog Millionaire, Orange Punch. Miro then sends Orange in, to Penelope Ford. She's on the apron, and he just
pushes
Orange into her, which surprised me because you don't see that happen in like teammates. Like normally they respect your partner's wife or whatever.
But then that's what they're saying on the commentary. They're like, oh, for someone who's supposed to be the best man, doesn't have much respect for and that. So maybe there's a heel turn coming or something. So maybe something's going to come out of that. Don't know.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. But then I don't want to see Kip and Ford as a babyface, so I feel like they do look very heelish people.
Yeah.
Kip's he's checking on Ford, but he's actually the legal man. So Miro tells him to get back in. So Miro tags in. Then Sabian goes out and checks on Ford. Miro locks in, game over for the win. Chuck Taylor taps out.
And that's the end.
Yeah, this match went 7 minutes and 50 seconds.
Really?
Yeah. 7 minutes and 50 seconds.
So it was longer than that.
Well, I suppose with the backstage segment and stuff.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah. I guess.
It was longer.
I can't believe that. That's crazy.
Yeah, I hope both teams get to move on to better things now. Just ready for this storyline to be over and done with.
Yeah, definitely.
But I did think it was an alright match, to be fair. I enjoyed the backstage segment. I enjoyed the in-ring action. But like interferences, again, there's Ford on the apron.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then we see a backstage segment with the Inner Circle.
The Inner who?
The Inner Circle.
This is the Inner Circle.
I know, I'm just stumbling all over my words today.
Backstage segment with the Inner Circle.
Yeah, Jericho saying there's going to be a Inner Circle War Council, and MJF saying that we need to have some changes. I think MJF's going to say that he should be the leader of the Inner Circle.
Okay.
I feel like this is the plan all along. He's going to... MJF's long-term goal, I think, is to kick Jericho to the curb. And he can have, 2 bodyguards in Wardlow, Jake Hager.
Yeah.
And Proud and Powerful. I kind of just feel like Inner Circle needs to split up now, to be honest.
Yeah.
Just because I feel like Proud and Powerful, they just seem to get forgotten about. I feel like Jake Hager could be doing a lot more.
Then.
What do you think I said?
I said the F word. Sorry.
I think Jake Hager could be doing a lot better things. And yeah, I think Jericho needs to be a babyface now as well. I feel like.
Okay.
I feel like ever since him and MJF have been together, MJF's a bigger heel than Jericho, so I kind of feel like Jericho looks more like a babyface. In their match they had at the last pay-per-view, I do think Jericho is wrestling more as a babyface.
Okay, so you think he's going to go babyface and
MJF definitely, I think.
Super heel.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would like to see them have another match and Jericho get a win over MJF.
Yeah, because you were saying on the prediction show that Jericho hasn't had a win on a pay-per-view in forever.
In forever, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think has he had a win since Cody? He beat Cody? I mean, I might be wrong, but... So he lost to MJF, he's lost to Orange Cassidy, he lost to Moxley, he lost to Stadium Stampede. Yeah.
Still quite a losing streak, isn't it? Even if we've missed one off, there's still a lot of losses.
And I think it's more memorable as well because they only have so many pay-per-views a year.
Yeah, definitely.
And as well, it's someone we care about as well. Whereas if it was someone in, other wrestling promotions that you don't really care about, you maybe wouldn't even pick it up. But so the next match it was Hangman and Page against Matt Hardy. Now in our predictions, we
funny.
Proper had a 360, didn't we?
We did 180.
No, we blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, but so if we did a 360,
all right.
So yeah, you were originally gonna predict Page, and I was gonna predict Matt Hardy, and then we both talked each other out of our predictions, and we swapped our predictions around.
Yeah.
And I came out on top. So are you disappointing yourself?
Well, I kind of feel like my idea was better.
Well, I know that, but you didn't win any points, did you? So.
Well, that's true.
Literally, I did say to it on the predictions though, I was like, "Oh, you're gonna be fuming if you were wrong," and you were wrong.
So going into some of the spots of the match, So they're like the wrestling on the outside. They go into like the crowd area where there's no crowd actually. Hangman, he goes onto like the proper like railings, not the barricade railings.
No,
but,
like the real railings at
yeah, and hits a double axe handle off the railings and Hardy. I thought that was really good. Like, I was a bit worried that might have been a bit slippery as well. Like,
yeah,
how
it's like steel, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's a point where then Hardy starts like working up Hangman's fingers, doesn't he? So
because Hangman had gone to punch him, but he moved.
Yeah.
So he punched the ring post,
and then he gets like Matt gets Hangman's fingers and is like wrapping them backwards around the ring post, and then he's like around the turnbuckle. Sorry. Ring post, turnbuckle, and then he bites his fingers. Which I was just say, there's a lot of biting in this pay-per-view, which I don't appreciate. But anyway, that's
just said that about glass as well.
I know, it's just very aggressive.
And then he puts his hand into the
stairs,
and then
kicks
it. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, then back in the ring, Hardy continues to work over the right hand of what's his name? Hangman's fingers, like pulling them apart and again biting them like some sort of animal.
Yeah, Hardy hits a twist of fate on the outside to Hangman.
Yeah.
Page, he hits a moonsault onto Matt on the outside as well. That was another good spot.
Yeah.
He goes for another twist of fate, but it gets reversed into a deadeye from Hangman. But then Private Party come down and distract Page. Page ends up taking both men out.
Yeah.
He goes for a buckshot lariat, but Hardy reverses it into side effect. Hits a twist of fate, but only a 2. I did think that was actually going to be the end of the match.
I popped at that. Then Matt pushes Page into the Dark Order. What?
We've not said the Dark Order has come down yet.
My bad. You go, I'll be quiet.
So the Dark Order make their way down to the ring, and then Matt pushes Hangman to the floor, but Dark Order catches him. They throw him back up. He hits his buckshot lariat and wins the match. Yeah.
And I get another point.
You get another point, yeah. And then they all like hug and celebrate and
friends.
Yeah.
But no, I do agree with you that your storyline would have been better.
Yeah, I feel like him losing, going to even more drinking, and then something needs to happen to like uplift him.
But I wonder what they're gonna do now.
Yeah, I don't really.
I can't see what they're gonna do now. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I don't want to see him just for the Dark Order having like a comedy
sketch,
because that's what Dark Order have now become, haven't they? They've just become like a comedy,
sort of thing
group, yeah. But hey ho,
we'll see what happens.
So the next match was the ladder match. It was Lance Archer, Cody Rhodes, Max Caster. Yeah.
Sugar.
I know, I was thinking sugar. Scorpio Sky, and the mystery person was Ethan Page.
All the ego, Ethan Page.
Yeah, so he was in Impact Wrestling. He was part of the North, and then he had like an alter ego as well. His last match in Impact Wrestling was like him against himself.
A bit like Fight Club.
No.
Well, Fight Club is him against him.
Yeah, no, but this was like. It was like a cinematic match, but it wasn't done very well.
But
really.
The concept is like Fight Club.
Okay.
It is. How is it not?
So, anyway, we'll change subject. I did get annoyed in this match a little bit because there was like times where people could have climbed the ladder, but they were more interested in doing spots and things. It's just like...
I thought that.
Like, at one point, Pentagon's in the ring with a ladder by himself, and he thinks, oh no, I'll set up the ladder and run and take out Cody and Max with like a, kind of like a jumping like senton off.
Yeah.
I just thought, well mate, you could have won it.
And then I remember when we were watching the casino chip ladder match thing.
When Brian Cage debuted.
Yeah, when Brian Cage debuted. And like, I remember being really proud that AEW had people who knew how to climb ladders properly. At the beginning of this match, that was happening. And they got towards the end, and then they just forgot how to climb ladders, and there's like a point. And it was Cody Rhodes that was doing it. I was like, this is AEW. You need to like climb the ladder fast. And he was doing it slowly. And I thought, no. Really annoyed me.
Yeah, I kind of feel like this is the least I've enjoyed a ladder match in AEW so far.
Yeah,
I don't know why. I just...
Yeah.
Maybe because there was no one in it that I was very invested in winning, maybe.
Yeah.
Like, I do like some of the people. I kind of feel like Lance Archer is bigger than the TNT Championship. I feel like he should be challenging the AEW World Championship. And obviously we've seen Cody with the title. We don't really want to see him. So, yeah.
Just wasn't great. And there was more interference in this match as well, which is annoying.
Yeah, there sure was. Max Caster's partner came down. No, I don't know his name either. With the boom box, didn't he, at some point in the match? Sorry. Anyway, we've gone back off track a little bit there. So Archer, he's in between like the ladder at one point, and then.
Oh yeah, Ethan Page, isn't it? Is like slamming it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, like. He's in between the ladder that's horizontal, and he's like slamming it down on his back. And then whilst Archer is still in the ladder, Page then throws Scorpio Sky onto the ladder.
Yeah, like a powerbomb, yeah.
Yeah, that looked horrendous. And then Penta with a Canadian Destroyer onto the ladder that's like bounced between the ring and the barricade onto Cody. And you can see it doesn't look like his shoulder popped out at the end, doesn't it?
Yeah.
On the ground, and then he gets taken to the back, doesn't he? And I was thinking for a little bit. Now he comes back with that tape on his shoulder. Do you think that this was a spot that he was supposed to be taking the back, or do you think?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. For I think he actually is genuinely injured. So
right.
maybe, but then he was still doing crazy stuff in this match anyway.
Yeah.
So that probably doesn't mean anything, does it?
Yeah.
There's a frog splash from Sky onto Caster, who's laid out onto a ladder. That was a good spot as well.
Yep. Cody with a springboard drop kick, kicking Pentagon off a ladder that he was climbing. That was a good spot.
Yeah. Actually, he hits a knee onto Sky. Sky's on the top of the turnbuckle, and then he sends him through the ladder that Pentagon had done the Canadian Destroyer on. So then Cody comes back with his belt off. He slaps Max Caster with it, beats down Page. Actually hits a suplex onto Cody off the ladder a bit later on. Sorry. Then Max hits an elbow drop onto like the lower back of Cody Rhodes. Actually hits a chokeslam onto Pentagon, I believe. My notes have changed it to Party, so I'm assuming.
Anybody.
Yeah. And then he hits his finish on Max as well. I can't remember what his finish is called, where he has him up and then flips him over his head. I can't remember what the move's called, but that looks really good as well.
Yeah.
But then Page, maybe it's meant to be Page, not Party.
Could be anybody.
Yeah, it was either Pentagon or Page, I do believe.
Someone beginning with a P.
So yeah, then even Page hits a low blow on Archer as he's climbing up the ladder and hits a razor's edge. Jake, the Snake, comes in, but then he lays out Page at one point. And then Cody's up the ladder, but then Sky, he knocks him off and wins the match.
Yes.
He won the Sonic ring.
Sonic ring.
He's like a ring off Sonic.
That's a good point. I thought it looked like just like a flotation device, you know, like that you save somebody with or something, like off Baywatch.
All right.
You know, the rings that they.
Okay.
Or like a donut that you sit in the pool in.
Okay.
Could you imagine if that's like a promo where he sat in the donut?
Okay. So next, I did the announcement. So this is what I was most looking forward to.
You were fuming it was at the beginning, weren't you?
And well, just because I was just so worried that social media was gonna spoil it for me. So when I was taking my notes, my plan was to take it make them on my iPad. But then when I couldn't watch it on the TV, I needed to go get my phone. So I went back upstairs and got my phone. And as soon as I picked my phone up, it instantly Instagram appeared, and it had Ethan Page's All Elite. So I was a bit like, oh, nice one. So I know who's in the ladder match.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So.
Oh, dear.
I was just so scared of the announcement getting spoiled.
Bless you.
So when the countdown came on, I think we both just thought it was just like a normal countdown. But then, like, very faintly, you could hear the like his old music off Impact Wrestling.
Yeah.
And I was like, it is Christian, and you were like, no, how do you know? I was like, I know.
You know these things. You were right.
I was right. And I do believe when our prediction videos went up, it was before other places were suggesting Christian as well.
So you were the
because,
first
like,
ever.
Other people, no, I'm not saying that, but I'm just meaning more like, because over the weekend, other people have reported that Christian isn't actually under a WWE contract and things like that.
Yeah, you're right. Before that report came up, yeah.
Our video went before.
Because I said that to you. I said, oh, you might actually be right.
Yeah. So, our podcast for this weekend, we're going to do a podcast on Christian and in AEW, so we're not going to go into too much detail. But I'm really excited. When a lot of...
This is the first time I've heard about this. So.
When a lot of wrestlers go to AEW from WWE, the kind of people that I don't really want to see with the belt, but I do want Christian to be an AEW champion.
Okay.
I think him and Kenny Omega could have a great match. I mean, I don't mean put the title on straight away like there's in TNA, but it's not like Sting coming in. I don't want him to take away from the other guys, but Christian's still, well, I still think he can still go, and he can still put on like a 5-star match like everyone else.
Yeah.
So yeah, at the weekend we're going to do a bigger podcast on Christian in AEW and what we want to see and hope and things. So we're going to go into more. We're going to go into more detail then. So the next match is the match between Sting, Davian against Team Taz.
Yeah. So we were, Larry, weren't we, where this is going to be a
cinematic match.
Cinematic match. Couldn't go away that then. Or it was going to be a normal one. But it was a cinematic match.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed it. I thought the way they'd filmed it was really good.
Yeah, it was like I did feel like it had like a movie like theme
feel to it. Yeah. At the beginning of the match, like sort of Brian Cage and Ricky Starks, they turned up in like some sort of flashy sports car. I wish that I knew enough about the car to say what it was, but I'm sure it was silver and green if that helps. And then there's like then Sting and Darby Allin start coming down. So they're arriving to this unknown location. Sorry, I should have said earlier, Taz actually is on commentary as well, which I think makes his match so much better when Taz is on commentary.
Yeah, he's good.
He's good. And they have like this army of hoodlums, that's what they called them. And they're like just these lads in like black, well, I'm assuming they're lads, they could be people, in like black.
If they're not people, what else could they be?
I didn't know if they were lads or ladies. Maybe a mixture of both, we don't know. And they got black tracksuits on with their hoods up and Sting masks on. And they're all sort of coming down. And then you see a black pickup truck, and Sting's driving it, and then Davian like hitches a lift onto it. So he's on his skateboard going down the thing and hitching a lift on the back of it.
Yeah, and Taz says at one point, doesn't he? It's like, oh, you think all the money Sting's earned, you could have a better vehicle.
Yeah, and I don't know who it was. I think it was
Excalibur?
No, it might have been Schiavone. It was like, well, maybe he's worried he's going to get destroyed in this match.
No.
Like his car. But I'm not sure which one said that. So yeah, when Sting cuts out of his little pickup truck, he's got like his, God, it make up it, you will yell at me, his face paint. So it was like half normal Sting, but the other half is like a Darby Allin sort of inspired Sting, I guess is the best way to describe it. It's like
and Darby had his full face painted. No, it's only half, isn't it?
I did think it looked different. I couldn't pick out what it was. And that's what it was. Yes, so Darby had his full face painted. Then the people, the hoodlums, they surround like this ring, this old dusty ring where they start the match off. Which I did think that was a bit weird, but I don't understand why those people were there. Like, I didn't personally feel the need for them.
Okay.
Like the hoodlums, because straight away, like Brian Cage starts attacking them and like taking them out. I don't know. I just didn't feel the need for them. I mean, they didn't make Brian Cage look good, but they weren't there. Wouldn't have bothered me.
He's a machine, Brian Cage.
Oh, did you see that picture? I can't remember where it was uploaded to, but of him before Revolution and how like jacked he is.
I did. Yeah.
And just like vein popping and incredible.
You said Bane or Bane?
Vein
I thought
popping.
you meant like Bane out of Batman.
Well, yes, he did also look a bit like Bane, but no, his veins were popping in his little pose.
We should do a similar match, just him and Sting, and have like Crow vs Wolverine, because he looks like Wolverine as well.
Maybe give him some sideburns.
Alien vs Predator, eat your heart out.
So quite early on in the match, there is a Stinger splash to Ricky Starks, and it was quite good to see Sting get sort of straight into it.
Yeah.
Like Billy got his jacket off before he got going, and Sting and Ricky Starks sort of start in the ring, don't they? And they do like a bit in the ring, and Brian Cage and Darby Allin sort of go down to like the other end of the
so like Cage like picks him from like throws him through.
Yeah, well they start fighting down
doors,
to the end, and then he picks him up and holds him, and then throws him through his doors, and then that's when they start making their way. I think upstairs, don't they?
Yeah, it's like kind of like a computer game in a way. I thought, like just the way like he picks him and throws him through the doors. You could see that happening.
Yeah.
In like a superhero film or something like that.
Yeah. So then they go back to Sting and Ricky Starks, and Sting picks up his baseball bat and starts walking towards Ricky Starks, and he's like, "Oh, you're nothing without the baseball bat," blah blah blah, and saying, and you see Sting, he like sort of throws it away, and it goes up, and that's important for later on. So it goes up and away, and starts taking him down without the bat. Then goes back to Brian Cage and Darby. And Brian Cage picks up Darby like he's going to do a suplex, doesn't he? At the bottom of these stairs, and they walk the entire flight of stairs with Darby Allin up. So the balance and obviously the strength, that was insane. And then just drops him
onto a trash can.
Yeah, which is absolutely brutal. Then Sting gets a fire extinguisher. Sorry, then Sting and Ricky Starks go up and join Brian Cage and
Darby Allin
up the stairs in this. I guess it's like an abandoned building, isn't it? I guess.
With a ring and like a. I don't know. It was really weird. Like it was really weird setting. Really well. Like it was good. It was
good.
real good.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It looked like
as a building. It was very strange, very random.
Yeah. Always makes you wonder where they find these places. So Sting then gets like a fire extinguisher, and he like sprays Cage and Darby Allin, and then Darby gets a glass and smash it over Brian Cage's heads.
Heads? How many heads does he have?
Sorry, over his head, and then Sting and Darby Allin like double team him, double suplex. I'm not sure what it was, but puts
it was like
table.
a slam,
through the table. And then Then Darby Allin climbs up like a metal pole of like
a beam or something,
like a monkey essentially. And then he falls onto Cage.
It's like a coffin drop, isn't it?
Gracefully falls. Coffin drop onto Cage, pulling him through another table. And then someone comes down with an orange mask. Or, not a mask, what do you call them? Face covering?
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
I don't know.
But it was all over his face, though. Like, it wasn't just like...
But it was like a hood, an orange hood, face hood thingy. And attacks Darby Allin.
It was obviously Will Hobbs.
And it is Will Hobbs. And then Hook comes down as well to join him, so it is...
4-on-1 now.
Yeah. Then, this is awful, and this literally made my heart stop when they did this. So, Brian Cage and Hobbs like pick up Darby Allin, like one has his feet and one has his arms. You know when they used to swing kids as swings like somebody.
Kids as a kids.
Yeah, kids used to swing kids like you know. They did that, and then they threw him through a glass door. Well, my heart stopped. I just thought, how has Darby Allin not like completely injured himself? Like it just made me feel physically ill watching that. Oh, it was awful.
So then, they're going back down to where the ring isn't there?
Yeah,
aren't they?
They go down back there.
And it's like Sting 1-on-4, and then Darby's back up and he throws Sting the bat from above, doesn't he?
Yeah, so yeah,
from level 2 down to level
1. Where he's throwing the bat away, he throws the bat down, and then Sting obviously dominates him with his little bat, picks up a shovel, hits Brian Cage with a shovel.
Yeah, then Darby Allin he does an elbow drop, doesn't he, from the second floor?
You're not building this up enough. This is mental.
Well, I was trying to work out what he actually jumped through there. Do you know what I mean?
So it must be like a window inside the building, and you see him, he's up, and you think, God, he's not actually going to do this. And he stands up, he's watching, he's thrown Sting in the back, he's watching Sting dominate everybody. Sting has hit Brian Cage over the head with a shovel, pushed him onto this, not even sure what it was, just like this wood section with blankets over it. And then Darby Allin just does this massive elbow drop 2 stories high out this window onto Brian Cage. The whole thing collapsed. How they're both alive is still absolutely beyond me. Oh, after supposed to be thrown through that glass.
Yeah.
Obviously I realised it's a cinematic match and it was probably done in a different order, but it got me. It took me hook, line and sinker.
Yeah, and then, so now it's Sting and Starks, they're back in the ring. Sting goes for a Sting and splash, but Starks moves and he removes the turnbuckle pad at the same time. I thought that was really good. I'm not sure if I've seen it done like that before.
Yeah.
And then he spears Sting, but then Sting manages, he overcomes Starks. He hits Scorpion Death Drop, and Sting and Darby Allin win. I was real surprised that Sting got the win. I did think it would be Darby Allin, actually.
I'm a bit disappointed he did, to be honest. I feel like he didn't need it.
Yeah, but...
Do you know what I mean?
Because Darby's character is such, a daredevil and stuff. He's, taking himself out, hasn't he? Do you know what I mean?
I do get that, but then I just feel like Sting didn't need to take that.
And I don't feel like Sting overshadowed or outshined Darby Allin at all, though.
No, I completely agree, though.
I feel like both... Well, I think, everyone in this match played the part well, and I feel like everyone... Well, the 4 main guys Brian Cage, Stark, Sting, and Davian. I thought they all looked better going out than they did going in. I did think it was one of the better cinematic matches that we have seen.
I would definitely agree. Like, I really enjoyed it, and I forgot it was cinematic when I was watching it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, guys have glass in minutes, talking about a second story. Probably didn't, though.
It just felt like a movie. I did think.
I really enjoyed it.
So now we're going to go into the main event. So you didn't actually watch this match because you didn't
Not
like the
a
sound of it.
In hell, I was watching this match. So I'm going to sit here and be quiet.
So it's an exploding barbed wire death match. So there is a 30-minute time limit, and after the 30 minutes, the ring's just going to explode. So if, and whoever can walk out is the winner, pretty much.
What a stupid idea. Who actually wants to see that? Did you actually want to see that kind of match?
Yeah. So the match starts and they're both like teasing each other, like dragging them over. They're gonna do something barbed wire related, but both men kind of like just stop each other. Moxley brings weapons in from outside. There's like chairs wrapped in barbed wire, baseball bats wrapped in barbed wire, a trash can. Omega throws like powder in Moxley's face and then sends him into like the ropes, which causes an explosion. So that was the first one we've seen. So the entrance where them ropes are just normal ropes, so you can get in and out of the ring, but the rest of the ropes are all barbed wire. You touch the ropes, an explosion is going to go off. And in the corners, there's tables wrapped in barbed wire, and on the outside, there's tables wrapped with barbed wire and explosives. So yeah, that was the first time an explosion did go off.
It sounds
sorry.
This like match, it sounds like some sort of kid has made it up. Do you know what I mean? It's like, and there's going to be barbed wire here and explosions there, and when like you ask a kid to design something, that's what it sounds like.
Okay. So after Moxley's being exploded for the first time, he does kick out at 2. Moxley's been cut open by the barbed wire, like above his eye. There's like a lot of blood and gore in this match. He gets put in a figure 4 by Kenny Omega, and to break the hold, Moxley grabs the chair that's wrapped in barbed wire and then like grates it on the legs of Omega to break the hold.
Oh god, that makes me feel sick.
And then later on, Omega, he sends Moxley into one of the wrapped tables in the corner, and then he hits a moonsault as well onto Moxley. He goes for another figure 4, but Moxley reverses it and he sends Omega into the ropes, setting off another explosion. And then as Omega turns around, he drop kicks him, sends him into the ropes again, sending off another explosion. And then Moxley does a side slam onto Omega onto the chair with the barbed wire. Moxley gets a paradigm shift, but he reverses it, sends him into the ropes, exploding both of them. Are you getting on this so far, sweetheart?
Yeah, it just sounds horrendous, and I'm so glad I didn't watch it.
So then they're on like the apron, and there's the barbed wire tables on the outside. So he hits a paradigm shift onto Omega through the tables, setting off another explosion. To be honest, Moxley did the move, but he came off like the worst in this match.
Right.
Because Omega seemed to just roll off the barbed wire, whereas Moxley was
caught in
it. Yeah. So after that, there was like a warning going off saying there's only 10 minutes until the explosions are gonna go off. Omega, he hits 2 V-triggers onto Moxley, a one-winged angel. So obviously no one's ever kicked out the one-winged angel, have they?
No.
So he goes to pin Moxley, and Moxley kicks the ropes to set off an explosion to break the pin. Which I think that was like a pretty...
That is a good idea, because he's technically not kicked out, but... Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would give him that.
And then what happens? We have an interference from the Good Brothers.
Really?
The Good Brothers come in. Moxley, though, he does like he beats them off a bit. They don't really beat him down. But then Omega he hits Moxley with an exploding barbed wire bat.
How is someone not getting injured? Like, seriously.
So after that, Moxley still kicks out. So then they set up a chair, just a normal chair. They set it up properly there as if you're going to sit on it. And then Omega hits a one-winged angel onto that setup chair, onto Moxley, to retain the match.
Right.
But there's still only 5 minutes left until the ring's going to explode, and then...
so that's not the end of the match then?
Well, Omega's won.
Yeah.
But obviously the time is still going.
So why just leave the ring then?
Well, that's it. The Good Brothers and Omega, they beat down Moxley more, they handcuff him. Omega, he grates the barbed wire bat onto the face of Moxley as well. And then...
How does Renee Young sit and watch that?
I know, and she was backstage as well.
I mean, that would send me into labour.
Well, maybe. Maybe that was the plan. So yeah, Omega beats... so like I said, he's beating him down with the barbed wire bat. And then there's like the timers, they look at the timer. It's less than a minute. It's time to make a noise. There's 40 seconds left. As they're going to the back, Eddie Kingston comes down. And he's trying to like revive Moxley to take him out of the ring. But he's not moving. So, the countdown's coming down. So, to save Moxley, Eddie Kingston covers Moxley with his own body to protect him from the explosion. The only problem is when the explosion goes off, it doesn't go off properly. So there was just kind of like sparklers going off and...
Oh, really?
Yeah, it didn't look great.
I only watched that then. I watched the last bit with the last explosion.
Yeah, which is a shame because like the end part, the idea was really good. It's just a shame
it didn't deliver.
And I've seen like a few people putting online and stuff that the last thing people see is what they go home with. I do think like it was a really good match. I think Eddie Kingston part in it was really good. Obviously, like he's friends with Moxley now because like he wants to be friends with his friend again now because he's not the AEW champion. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they can be friends now because he doesn't have what he wants.
Yeah.
And it's kind of... I remember halfway through the show thinking like it's kind of hard on Kingston. He made it the last pay-per-view and he's not even on this one.
Yeah.
But I suppose he did close the show.
Obviously came into it because why not?
So I wouldn't say I enjoyed this pay-per-view as much as I did the Full Gear one. I do think there was some good matches. I did really enjoy the main event, even though it's not everyone's taste. I enjoyed Hangman and Page. The opening match was really good. I think out of all the matches, if I was going to go back and watch one, it's probably the opening match.
Yeah, I was going to say, opening match is my favourite. Closely followed by the Sting, Darby Allin.
Yeah, just because that's a cinematic match, I kind of feel like that's like
a different level.
Yeah,
different category.
Yeah, it's not an in-ring match, is it?
Yeah.
That's more what I was meaning.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just feel like this show was very interference heavy. It did feel very WCW-ish.
Is there a match that doesn't have interference?
See, I think there might have even been there was even interference in the Casino Battle Royal because
Max Custer's.
No, that was in the ladder match.
Oh, right, okay, sorry.
I can't think what it's called now. The little guy out of Jungle Express, he gets involved.
Oh, right, okay.
What's his name?
No idea.
There's Jungle Boy, Luchasaurus, and Marco Stunt. So I had to say the names to get there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think every match they had either interference before the match or after the match.
Or during.
During the match.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if I'm going to be really nitpicky, it'd be nice to see one of them just a normal match.
Yeah.
Because the only normal match on this pay-per-view was Hangman and Matt.
But it was even, they called it the big money match, didn't they? Like they all had to have like a title, didn't they?
Well, yeah, I suppose. But he is Big Money Matt. That is his name.
Okay.
So they're kind of connected in it.
I suppose.
So yeah, been a bit negative. I do think it's very interference heavy. I do think, especially the Casino Battle Royal, they didn't need as many people in there.
Yeah.
I feel like they were just trying to get everyone on the show, give them all a payday. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with Christian. It's going to be interesting to see if Moxley gets written out of TV.
I imagine he would for a bit.
Because the idea was that Kenny Omega built this exploding barbed wire death match. So after the pay-per-view, Moxley got up with a microphone and said, Kenny Omega, you can't make an exploding ring worth of shit.
Oh.
So
well, after Eddie Kingston's just done that?
Like after everyone was like, after the show had ended. Do you know what I
Right.
mean? So this was just on like social media and stuff.
Right, okay.
So yeah, it'd be strange. Not strange. It'd be funny to see how they take this like glitch, would you call it? Not glitch.
Mishap.
Of course, I kind of feel like AEW, like WWE probably just ignore it, whereas I think AEW would probably make it into a storyline.
Yeah, they just take it head on, don't they?
The only thing that annoys me is Kingston was selling the explosion when there clearly wasn't an explosion. Do you know what I mean?
Bless his little soul. Ever the showman.
Yeah,
Ever the
that's
showman.
it. So yeah, we will be back on later the week with another podcast talking about Christian in AEW.
Mm-hmm.
If you haven't enjoyed today's, please like this video, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you check out the other content on the channel as well. And we'll catch you later on in the week. So thank you for watching the Man
and the Wife
Podcast today.